So for me, my first kind of big business turnaround story happened about 10 years ago. This senior vice president for a hotel management company calls me into his office and he says, Ted, we're taking over this resort. It's in Orlando, just outside Walt Disney World. And last year they lost $500,000. So I start working with this resort and it takes like a day and you find out like it's not just a hotel, right? They've got a spa. And last year they lost $100,000, and they have a bar, but it's closed down, and they have a restaurant, but it's closed down too. And they have an on-site security service, which is really good, but way over budget. And then they have a shuttle service, and it's not very good, and it's way over budget. And so you're not just turning around like one business, you're turning around a hotel and a spa and a bar and a restaurant and security services and a shuttle service. So to make matters worse, all of my competitors in the area are these big brands and franchises who have way more money than I do to spend on advertising. So in the very first year, we increased the profits level of this whole operation 50%. And then we did it again in the second year. And then we were named one of the top 5 resorts in the entire Orlando market. So it's like the Ritz-Carlton, the Waldorf Astoria, Disney's Grand Floridian, and us, this property nobody had ever heard of before. And so the question becomes, like, how do you do it, right? As an independent business in the midst of all of these big brands and competitors that have way more money than you do to spend on advertising, like how do you turn that business around? And I think the answer is the same for every single independent business out there who finds themselves in that same kind of competitive marketplace. The answer is you do it with customer experience. But the problem that we have is that customer experience has become this phrase that has been hijacked by these big consulting services and complicated with all this extra business jargon and things like that. And so it almost feels like totally unapproachable for the average independent business. But nevertheless, like customer experience is doable for the average independent business. And not only can they do it, that's what they have to do in order to beat those big brands. If you're happy with the big brands and franchises in your marketplace taking their fair share and some of yours, then you don't need it. But if you're not happy with that and you want to outcompete them, that's how you do it, is with customer experience. And the good news is you can do it. There's a way to learn it and to do it.